The air crackles with conspiracy. Whispers in dimly lit corners of the internet speak of dark pacts, of souls bartered for fame and fortune. And at the heart of this swirling vortex of speculation stands Kanye West, a figure as enigmatic as he is controversial. He throws gasoline on the fire and the inferno of rumors explodes. His latest pronouncements, a chilling accusation that his beloved mother, Donda West, was an industry sacrifice. It's a claim that resonates with a particular brand of paranoia, one that sees the entertainment world as a modern-day Moloch, demanding tribute in exchange for success. We've heard these theories before, haven't we? Celebrities allegedly offering up loved ones to climb the greasy pole of stardom. And Kanye, with his history of erratic behavior and unfiltered pronouncements, has become a lightning rod for this kind of speculation. But before we dismiss it all as the ramblings of a man teetering on the edge, let's peel back the layers. Donda West's death in 2007 was undeniably tragic, a sudden loss that reverberated through Kanye's life and work. The official cause? Complications from cosmetic surgery. But the circumstances surrounding her passing have always been murky, fueling suspicion and doubt. The surgeon who performed the procedures, Jan Adams, had a troubling history. 2 prior malpractice suits hung over his head, casting a long shadow over his practice. Was Donda West simply a victim of medical negligence, or was there something more sinister at play? Kanye himself has hinted at a deeper truth, a sense of guilt and responsibility that gnaws at his soul. In a 2015 interview, he confessed that his mother, "If I had never moved to LA, she'd be alive." It's a heartbreaking admission, a glimpse into the profound grief and regret that haunt him. Did he sacrifice her on the altar of his ambition? Did his relentless pursuit of fame somehow contribute to her demise? It's a question that lingers, unanswered, in the air. Kanye's recent statements, though shocking, aren't entirely new. He's danced around this topic before, hinting at a corrupt system that demands a pound of flesh from those who seek its favor. He's named names too. Beyonce, Jay-Z, LeBron James, Shaquille O'Neal, all, according to Kanye, have sold their souls for a check. It's a provocative claim, one that paints a bleak picture of the entertainment world as a soul-crushing machine. But is it true? Are these celebrities merely puppets controlled by unseen forces? Or are they simply savvy business people navigating a complex and often treacherous industry? Kanye, of course, positions himself as the rebel, the outsider who refuses to play the game. They can control LeBron James, they can control Jay-Z and Beyonce, but they can't control me. It's a defiant stance, one that has earned him both admiration and scorn. He claims his refusal to be controlled has made him a target, that the powers that be are actively trying to silence him. And perhaps in his mind, Donda West became collateral damage in this ongoing battle. He's a complex, often contradictory figure, a man who seems to thrive on controversy. But beneath the surface of his outlandish pronouncements, there lies a deep well of pain and grief. And perhaps in accusing the industry of sacrificing his mother, he's simply trying to make sense of a senseless tragedy. During a 2015 interview with Q magazine, he was asked what he had to exchange for success. He straight up confessed to sacrificing his mother. He said, "My mom, if I had never moved to LA, she'd be alive. I don't want to go too far into it because it will bring me to tears." At the time of Donda's death, it was reported that she died from complications from multiple plastic surgeries. People believe to this day that Donda was targeted, and they have good reason to think so. The plastic surgeon who conducted the surgery, Dr. Jan Adams, had a sketchy history of doing irreversible damages to his patients and was already in court for 2 major malpractices. At the time of Donda's surgery, there was already an ongoing conversation within the Medical Board of California to revoke his license, but they still allowed him to take Donda to the hospital and play games with her life. Did the autopsy clear you of any involvement, do you think, in her death? I think the autopsy speaks for itself, period. You know, Larry, if I can jump in here for 1 second, one of the things that I wanted to address here today is you can say things about me. I can say things about you and people can say things about each other out on the street, but Dr. Adams is a physician. And because he's a physician, he's in a position where he is not able to comment on any care or any discussions that he's had with any of his patients, including Dr. West. Dr. Jan also appeared on Inside Edition, where he once again denied killing Donda, but he gave some new details about how everything went down. According to Jan, Donda was put in the care of Kanye's cousin, Stephen Scoggins, who was a registered nurse. But get this, Instead of Steven doing his job, he just shoved a bunch of painkillers down her throat to keep her right where she was at so he can attend a useless baby shower. Her nurse wasn't there. Her nurse was gone to a baby shower rather than taking care of his aunt. This lady shouldn't be dead. All you had to do is sit her up. And every nurse on the planet knows that her caregivers gave her 20 Vicodin tabs in less than 20 hours. Now, as far as Steven, he strongly denied Dr. Adams' allegations and showed an email exchange with Donda on the evening before she passed, seemingly proving he was actually in charge of her recovery. Steven was like, "Oh, hell no, you ain't gonna pin this mess on me." He denied Dr. Jan's claims and was later cleared of any wrongdoing by the authorities after an investigation was conducted. This means everything Dr. Jan said in the interview was a whole bunch of BS. But Dr. Jan didn't end it there. He also called Kanye a liar and suggested that Kanye knew the real reason why his mother died. Can end this by telling the truth, and what do you believe that truth is? The doctor had nothing to do with his mom's death. Donda West survived the surgery very well. She was at home. Did anything during that surgery go wrong? No. Were there any complications during the surgery? No. Was there anything prior to the operation that gave you pause about operating on this woman? Right after this, Kanye started receiving death threats from some Hollywood executives. And the first thing he did was post it just in case they act up. At least everyone will know your location. I'm gonna help you in one of a couple ways. First, you and I sit down and have a loving and open conversation, but you don't use cuss words, and everything that is discussed is based in fact and not some crazy stuff that dumb friend of yours told you or you saw on a tweet. Second option, I have you institutionalized again where they medicate the crap out of you and you go back to zombie land forever. Playdate with the kids just won't be the same. Notice how Harley said he would send Kanye to an institution again. That was because back in 2016, Kanye was arrested and thrown into a mental hospital for evaluation without his consent. And guess where the arrest happened? Harley Pasternak's house. I don't know about y'all, but if Kanye was not up to something, they would not be going out of their way to threaten his life like this. That I serve. My mom ain't here. My mama was sacrificed. Me too, you understand? Yeah, we appreciate Michael Jordan. What about him? His daddy, right? Bill Cosby, his son, right? Dr. Dre, his son. You know, out in Hollywood, a lot of people come up missing, all that away. Still, Forbes, who hate me, right, had to write net worth 400 million. But in typical Kanye fashion, he didn't back down. In the weeks following this whole expose, Kanye had several sold-out stadium shows with over-the-top performances ahead of his album Donda, which was dedicated and named after his mother. One of them showed Kanye on fire while standing in a burning house. But this wasn't any ordinary house. It was a replica of his childhood home that he shared with his mother back in Chicago. He was later joined on stage by Kim, who was dressed as a bride. The performance had a lot of Illuminati symbolisms, leading people to speculate that Kanye was trying to imitate how Donda was sacrificed by the Illuminati. One person said Kanye is 100% truthful. If most people knew what was really going on around them, both in the physical world and the spiritual world, they would absolutely freak out. Another person said, Kanye can speak freely because he has nothing to lose anymore. May his mom rest in peace. Now I want to know your thoughts. What do you think of Kanye revealing the details behind his mama's shady death? And do you really think they had her taken out to punish him? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And don't forget to click here to watch this other messy video, The Autopsy. It's the cold, hard evidence, the scientific pronouncement that should, in theory, put all speculation to rest. But in the case of Donda West, it only seems to deepen the mystery. What does it really say? What secrets does it conceal beneath its clinical language? Adams claims it exonerates him, that it proves he did nothing wrong during the surgery. But can we truly trust his interpretation? He is, after all, a man with a vested interest, a man whose reputation hangs in the balance. And even if the autopsy clears him of direct surgical error, does it absolve him of all responsibility? What about his decision to operate on Donda in the first place, given his history of malpractice suits? What about the environment in which the surgery took place, the pressure to deliver quick and dramatic results in a town obsessed with image and perfection? These are questions that the autopsy, for all its scientific precision, cannot answer. It can tell us how Donda West died, but not why. It can reveal the immediate cause of her demise, but not the underlying forces that may have contributed to it. And it is in that space in that realm of uncertainty and ambiguity that the conspiracy theories thrive. Kanye's decision to post the death threats he received from Hollywood executives is a particularly intriguing detail. It's a bold and defiant move, a way of saying, "I'm not afraid," but it also raises a host of questions. Who were these executives? What was their motive? And why would they threaten Kanye's life in the first place? The answer, according to Kanye, is that he was getting too close to the truth. He was exposing the dark underbelly of the entertainment industry, the secret pacts and hidden agendas that govern its inner workings. And in doing so, he was putting himself in danger. But is this paranoia? Is he simply imagining threats where none exist? Or is there a genuine conspiracy against him? A concerted effort to silence him and discredit his message? It's impossible to say for sure. But one thing is clear. Kanye West is a man who believes he is fighting a battle, a man who sees himself as a lone warrior against a powerful and malevolent force. His over-the-top performances, his extravagant stage shows, his constant reinvention of himself, these are all perhaps expressions of that struggle. They are ways of asserting his individuality, of defying the forces that seek to control him. And in dedicating his album to his mother, in transforming his childhood home into a burning symbol of loss and sacrifice, he is reminding us of the price he has paid for his fame and fortune. The image of Kim Kardashian dressed as a bride at one of Kanye's shows is particularly striking. Is it a celebration of love and commitment? Or is it something more sinister, a symbolic reenactment of Donda West's alleged sacrifice? The Illuminati symbolism that many have detected in the performance only adds to the ambiguity, fueling speculation and conjecture. Ultimately, the truth about Donda West's death may never be fully known. The autopsy provides some answers, but it also leaves many questions unanswered. Kanye's pronouncements, though provocative, are often unreliable, colored by his own grief and paranoia. And the conspiracy theories, while intriguing, are ultimately based on speculation and conjecture. But perhaps the most important thing is not to uncover the definitive truth, but to ask the right questions. To question the official narrative, to challenge the conventional wisdom, and to remain open to the possibility that there is more to the story than meets the eye. For in the end, it is through our relentless pursuit of knowledge and understanding that we can hope to shed light on the darkest corners of our world.